What up? Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I don't know what day it is of the month, but I know it's the end of July. We are here with obviously my homie Mark Deeds Kladzinski and our very special first guest, Squeegee Tom, aka Thomas Wilson, is kind enough to join us on this fabulous effing Friday.
What's
Squeegee
going
Tom, what
on?
up, dog?
What's
Happy
happening?
Friday.
Dude, we, Deeds and I are so happy that you're kind enough to take some time with us this morning. I know that it's 8:30 your time, and normally you're out on the road, slinging suds, banging out some Frenchies by now, slanging that zero or that 0 degree, just doing your work. So we really appreciate your time. It means a lot to us, and especially the fact that you're our first guest, dude.
Yep.
You're the man, bro. Thank you
Hey,
so
I
much.
appreciate being on, guys.
Yeah. Well, you do
Absolutely.
great work and you're a good friend. So we want to take the time to chat.
Yeah. Speaking of friends, like, so obviously Tom's 3 hours ahead of me, 2 hours ahead of you. We don't always get an opportunity to have him jump online when we're on the same time. But for those of you
Mhm.
who don't know, or I'm going to share a little insight with you what kind of this group has done for my life and my friendship and friendships. Um, Ever since we got this started, there's been a few guys who have been keeping up with us. Damien's one of them. Tom's one of them.
Thank you, Damien.
But now Deeds and I and Tom have this text chain that goes on every day. And it's something that keeps me mentally loose. Not to I can't take myself too serious if I have two guys like Deeds and Squeegee Tom like sending me all sorts of goofy shit, and it really makes my day. And it's it's quickly become family. And again, Tom, just thank you so much for joining us.
I'm happy to be here.
Why don't you give all of us a quick little background. I mean, I know and Deeds knows you've been doing this since 1996. You're based out of New Hampshire. You're an East Coast New England guy. Tell everybody else a little bit more about yourself, dude.
I got my start. My uncle owned a window cleaning company, and I was 15 years old and needed a job. I'd go out on the road with him here and there. You know, once I turned 17, it was all I was doing. Now I'm 46. I'm still doing it.
Atta
Awesome.
baby. So 46, when you turn 47.
October.
So I turned 47. I've brought this up a couple of times. I
At the
turn
huge, right?
47 next month in August. And I just found something else out this week. We have somebody else that's with us right now that's gonna have a birthday coming up real soon. Deeds, what the fuck, bro?
What? Oh yeah. In about a week.
Yeah.
Turning
Well,
So
happy
turning turning
birthday.
30. Thanks. You're gonna be 30 years
yeah.
old.
So Deeds, you know, um, I can't believe that I didn't know that your birthday was next week. I did know that you were Leo. I guess I spaced it, but you have a birthday coming up next week,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I
and you
got one of those.
didn't mention anything, but I did find out, and I was this close to making a trip to Houston this week.
Oh wow. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So, I got a text from a special someone. Good old Kylie gave me a shout, and we had it planned. I even got the okay from the missus, but I slept on it to make sure that it was really okay. And the ticket prices jumped like $300, bro.
Yeah, I'll see you at the huge, bud.
Yeah. Well, can I tell you something? You should
Sure.
give your wife a big old hug and a smooch. She's about the biggest sweetheart. She really had it on lock, and had we collaborated a little earlier, I would have for sure been out there. But
Well, that would have
yeah,
been cool, but
the
that's
night
me. I'll
before,
thank her.
yeah, dude, she really had it on lock. And um she we talked, she sent me a message and told me, and I told her. She's like, hey, I'll do it right now. And then I said, I talked with my wife, and
My wife. Sorry.
yep, that's the secret word of the day. I talked with the wife, and she okayed it, but I kind of needed I needed to make sure that she was really serious about it. You know what I mean? Because
Sure.
I
A
knew,
lot of,
yeah,
yeah,
she can tell me that she's not going to be pissed, but is she really going to be pissed?
I won't be mad.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? I'm thankful for her. She kind of let me know. She's like, look, if it's something that you want to do and that you feel that you should do, then do it. I don't want you being resentful at me and this, and I appreciate that. And so then I text Kylie. I was like, hey, she's really a go, and I'm okay with it, and as long as it's feasible on your guys' end. And then we looked at the price again, and the price jumped from like 3 and some change to over 6.
Yikes.
And I
Yeah.
just told her,
Save
I
it
was
for the
like,
huge. I appreciate the thought though. That's pretty cool.
yeah. Well, and I told her the same thing too. And so shout out to Kylie Kladzinski for being a boss wife for Deeds.
Super G.
And
Yeah. I was
for
expecting cookies or some shit. Yeah.
yeah,
That'd been,
she's like, well, he'd much rather have you in town than me buy him a couple shirts.
I need some new shorts. We'll go short shopping. Maybe do some Bed Bath and Beyond.
All
Yeah.
right, well, maybe then I don't know if she pays attention to the show or not, but I can send her a message that says Deeds need shorts.
Oh, I'm on it. We're talking about shorts. It's she wants me to grow out of cargo pants because I'm not 19 anymore. So like, but honey, I don't want the phone in my front pocket near my whatever's. It's got to sit down here in the cargo area.
He
But
said
what do you?
because I'm not 19 anymore.
Yeah.
I thought old men and grandpas and old dudes wore cargo shorts. You
No,
are there
Don't
we
forget your
we
New Balance sneakers.
that's it. I
Ah,
need the bright whites.
You're
Yes,
almost 30 now. You're going to need to switch the outfit.
I'm gonna need to switch it up a little bit. Just a little
Plaid shorts.
plaid. Yep. Damn. I was never good in plaid. I was like polka dots. But so Tom,
I I
what kind of
I've
shorts
been
do you wear on
cutting
the
some
job?
I've been
I don't
cutting
wear
some plaid
shorts.
shorts.
Oh,
I
pants all
never wear
day.
shorts.
Get
All
through the
jeans
bushes
all the
easier.
time.
There you go.
So my partner Billy, he rocks pants constantly too when we're working. We have cactus and shit like that out here, and like you have the pine trees and all that crap and itchy
Ticks
stuff.
and
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
ticks
no
are
dice.
bad. Nope, not good.
I can't work in pants unless it's winter, and then yeah, then oftentimes I'm
I
double
think my
layered.
temperatures now are the same as your winter.
I would imagine. Where are you at? Like 70 or something?
Yeah, let's see. 78 right now.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's about right. That's
Houston, it's 79 degrees, high of 89.
We're in a heat advisory for today because of the humidity. It's supposed to be bad,
Man, that sucks.
but
Sucks the water right out of you too. It's,
it does. It doesn't dry
hydration.
either. The sweat doesn't do any good.
You
Oh, we lost him.
so I just saw that we had a couple of our friends online. It looked like Damien was on. It looks like
Damien.
Charles, good morning.
Charles is on there. It looks like Mark Tanner too. Want to give a good morning shout out, a happy Friday to all you cats. You're part of the reason why we keep doing this and having so much fun. We appreciate you guys popping on. Anybody have any topics they want to throw out there? I know one of the things that we were going to discuss this morning was the loss of some legends. We're Gen X guys.
Yeah.
Tom's a straight rocker. He's our resident rocker. The loss of Ozzy. I'm gonna just actually kind of Tom. You got anything you want to talk about on Ozzy? Any special memory, anything like that?
I didn't really listen to a lot of Ozzy, but he created the heavy metal genre. I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for Ozzy.
Yes,
It hit me pretty hard.
gotcha. Yeah, it's been a tough week. It did start with Malcolm Jamal Warner, aka Theo Huxtable. A lot of people grew up watching the Cosby Show. And then Ozzy and the tributes start pouring in. And then yesterday,
Yeah.
Hulkamania, that was wild.
Yeah.
I did not see that one coming. Excuse me. I did not see that one coming. But the Hulkster played a huge, role in pop culture and
Tell me where you didn't see Hulk Hogan in the 80s.
Oh
yeah, I
man,
mean,
he was a
Everywhere.
suburban commando. Remember that movie?
yeah.
They hit him
Well,
with the freeze
Rocky,
gun. Yeah.
Thunder, what was his name in Rocky 2? Thunder Thighs or Thunder Lips or Thunder Hips or something like that. I mean, the dude was everywhere. And You know, I kind of shared a memory a little bit yesterday. Um, in the 90s, I had just graduated high school. Billy, his parents moved out of their house, and Billy, at I think 18 years old, had his own house. And every Monday night, everybody would get together at my boy Billy's house, and we'd have a Monday night Raw party. And then it was WCW Nitro after, and we'd just be partying, drinking our asses off, getting wild like a bunch of freaking hooligans, and you know, just having a blast. So Monday Night Raw and Monday nights, and then it was Thursday night too. It was just like the thing for us to do. And yeah, so even as a young kid growing up, there were those wrestling figurines, and me and my brothers would kick each other's asses around the house. And you know, and then even as a young adult, the Hulkster lived on. And so regardless of, as you know, what he did as he got older and some of whatever he believed in or whatnot, that doesn't mean anything to me. I'll always remember the Hulkster for being that guy. So that
Like
was
these
another
guys or
tough.
not, they were our icons growing up.
You
Even if
you
you
nailed
didn't
it
like them, they
100.
were everywhere.
You're absolutely right. And you know what's funny too is like WWF, WWE changed sports entertainment in the way I think that athletes in general kind of presented themselves. And a lot of people can thank the Hulkster for that one. So I wanted to give a shout out on that one. It's been a wild week, but yeah, man. Anybody doing any work today?
I got a big house lined up. I got to be there in about an hour. It's half hour away, about $700.
Not
Sweet.
bad. Very nice.
Deeds,
Yeah, I've got
anything
a
on the agenda for you?
driveway cleaning in the next neighborhood over. Um,
Deeds froze.
uh,
There you go.
Anyway, yeah, I've got a driveway today that was actually my first estimate made by using the WCR marketing estimate software thing they launched. So pretty excited about that. Going to get that knocked out today, and might have something to schedule this weekend or Monday as far as windows. But yesterday I did Pizza Hut, cleaned my neighborhood Pizza Hut for my main girl Gigi. That was fun.
Peace. And how is Gigi doing?
She's doing good. She's overworked. You know, she's the manager and she's there before they open, mopping the floors and shit. And I'm like, Gigi, you got to get a customer. No, not me. You got to get somebody else to do this shit, Gigi. You know, get the dishwasher when he gets in, hit that floor up. You need to, whatever. So she's like, all right, thanks. But it was early in the morning, so she's moving my free pizza to whenever I called this week. So we got a good setup there. I come every couple weeks, get a free Supreme stuffed crust, and I'm happy, good to go.
You know, it's been I can't even tell you how long it's been since I've had a Pizza Hut. I may have
You're not
to.
missing too much. I mean,
No, okay. So I don't have to go get one.
I think the last time I had Pizza Hut, they
nostalgia.
gave it to us free because we read enough books in school.
Oh my God, you have the old read
That's
it?
exactly it.
Yeah.
That's outstanding. See,
Yeah.
you're
Yes.
dating us, bro.
Ah, I know
That's
it's bad.
horrible. So,
Couldn't beat a free pan pizza.
yeah, you gotta love a personal pie, right? Another thing too
Yeah.
that I was gonna talk about, or that I was hoping that we could talk about today, what the fuck was it? Oh, American Window
Breaking
Cleaner
up.
magazine.
You're back.
Yeah, I got my issue of American Window Cleaner magazine Wednesday afternoon. I'm on the other
Mhm.
end of the coast, so mine always hits me late. Did you guys get your copies yet?
Oh yeah,
Did you
Mhm.
get a chance to read through those articles?
I haven't read much of it yet. No,
It's
but it's on the
Yeah, I
desk.
read
It's
the interview,
waiting.
the Chris interview.
yeah, it is. So I sent the editor and Jersey a like a thank you for putting this one out there. I've been lucky enough to be in the magazine, on the magazine, and actually write a couple articles for it.
Mhm.
I think this issue right here, probably my favorite issue that in the last 18 months to 2 years. The people that they had that were featured in the magazine, like Deed said, the Chris Lemonides article was really cool. It's always fun to see the origin, basically like an origin story. But when people also can admit their, their mistakes or how they've changed and how they've grown, I find it to be fascinating. And I'm really glad that Chris took the time to do that and share some insight with us. Um, there's I think his name's Gabriel Salinas, who wrote something cool, and then um one of the other gentlemen from like 30 years ago. I can't remember his name off the top of my head either, but I thought it was a stellar issue. And I want to give a shout out to Charles. Do subscribe. We'll put a link in at the end of the episode, or I'll throw a link in at the
I think
bottom.
think they're
It's
giving away a free Sorbo book with new
Yeah,
subscribers. Check out their Facebook page.
yeah, absolutely. I'll throw a link on at the end of the day too, or at the end of this episode. They'll send you out a copy of that. You get all the awesome stickers, and then, like he said, they're doing a Sorbo giveaway too. And unfortunately, I'm only halfway through that book. Deeds, you told me I needed to read it. You're like, bro,
Yeah.
get it, get it, get it. I got halfway through, and I don't remember where the hell I put it. So
Huh.
I'll have to go find it.
Well, yeah, it's a good book. You'll find out. You're halfway through it, but tells the story of Sorbo, his origin story, and then how created and patent his ideas and stuff. It's pretty neat. Do you use any Sorbo products, Tom?
Yeah, I use a couple of different squeegees.
Cool. What's your
I'm more of
favorite?
an Ettore guy, but yeah, I've got a few. I use them mostly on root work.
Okay. What's your
See, I'm glad you asked that
okay.
question, Deeds, because I was waiting for somebody like, you know, most people have seen us or we've talked about some of our favorite tools. Tom, what's your go-tos, man? What's your go-to setup? What's your favorite rubber? What
Always, I
do you-
always use Ettore rubber. Ettore brass, 14-inch usually. Obviously a 6 in a lot of places.
Mhm.
Use Sorbo 18 and 14 on root.
yeah.
Shit.
Speaking
Nice.
of,
And that Unger Zero. Gotta love that.
dude, you sent me that a long time ago. I've put a channel in there and I've messed around with it like twice. I get so frustrated, and then my ADHD kicks in and I'm like, squirrel. I really need to like sit down and actually focus and just try and bang some shit out.
Those
Uh
windows right behind you are perfect for it.
yeah, but then there's people here and I don't. I'm at the Starbucks, my favorite location, and the last thing I need is some Yahoo telling me
You
what,
missed the spot.
yeah. And I have lots of friends here at this location, and you know how like when you're doing something, especially for me, window cleaning, I always want to look like I know what I'm doing. And if I'm over here dicking around with a 0 degree and not making it look right, that would be super embarrassing. So I always just do Damien root or route. uh I always do. I always want to look like I know what I'm doing. If I'm messing around with that, I might look like an amateur.
Yes, sometimes. We all look like amateurs in our videos sometimes. It happens. Or maybe
You
not.
know how to effectively take that look away by not editing your videos and always just putting whatever it is out there. That's
That's
what
right.
I was like, fuck
Be
it. Here,
be
just put it
real.
out there.
Yeah.
Judge me how you want. I don't really care. So yeah, man. That's funny, man.
But yeah. Unger Zero, good tool. Throwing the
Absolutely.
wrist.
Deeds, what is one of your faves?
My favorite, well, he mentioned it, the Ettore 14 or so. It's just like butter with Ettore rubber. Just got to make sure it's clean. That's one of my favorites. I mean, the silencer is good. I haven't used a different Boab for a couple of years. I mean, and I don't get the wet leg. Sometimes I'll strap on like an extra Ninja on the left side to hold like the really wet. If I got a wet 18 mop, I'll put in that one so I can multitask and walk without having the bucket. But yeah, the silencer is pretty cool. Um, I like the high flow hose. The step up from the regular water fed hose to the high flow hose is a game changer as far as volume. So that alone is pretty cool. But yeah,
Yeah.
what's your favorite?
Well, dude, my go-to was the Sorbo for a grip. And I started on Ettore when years ago. And about 4, 5, 6 years ago, I switched to Sorbo, and that's primarily all I used. And then when I was in New Jersey and New York and hanging out with Sean, he's like, yo, try this. So I've been back slinging a little bit of Iterate, and it feels different and it feels cool. I dig it. Yesterday I was using a little bit of a Sorbo, the little red Sorbo ultralight handle combo
Okay.
with the Black Mamba. And that actually was pretty sharp too. That the Mamba channel by Sorbo is an underrated channel. I dig that one a lot. It's one of my faves as well. It's slim profile, it's not as bulky. And I like that. But I mean, when you guys, Tom Deeds, you've been doing this over 5, 10 years, 15, 20 years for Tom. You can sling with anything, but after you've been using something for so long and you put a different product in your hand,
Just feels wrong.
it it feels like you're cheating, or like he said, it just feels wrong.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. But you can use it. It just is a different, you see
More
yourself
attention.
adjusting your angles or doing something just a hair differently. So it takes a second to build that muscle memory back up. And that's what I was finding with that blue Etery I've been rocking. But I'm starting to dig it, man. I really like the lightness. I love the way it closes out. And so it's just reteaching my brain. I have been a huge
Morning,
supporter
John.
of Morning Magdos. I have been a huge supporter of the Maker mops. I've been using those for, I don't know, 3 years or something like that. I've had the silencer for, I don't know, a little over 2 probably. So yeah, man. I'm I'm kind of brand specific in some ways, but I'm trying to not be such a stickler for it, you know what I mean? And trying to teach myself to use different brands and different styles. But when you like, it's like what Tom said, that when you've been doing something for so long, um using anything else just doesn't feel right sometimes.
Yep. The Iterate aluminum channel. I don't know if you've used that one, where I put it, but it's pretty lightweight. Oh, there it is. It's lighter than brass, so it's like butter. I like the aluminum channel. It's
I actually did just get a who makes, is it Edery, does it, the Edery has a
yeah.
0 too, right?
Iterate, I'm not sure. I don't use. Yeah, I only use the Unger Zero, so I'm not
So
sure if Iterate.
I think Edery has a 0, and I'm almost positive I just bought one. It's sitting in the box.
They have
And
that
it came with like,
contour handle that can
yeah,
be a 0.
so I did get one of those, and it got a little brass handle too. So I'm gonna try and do those, mess with those a little bit. And I got a couple of Sorbo. I got a Sorbo and an Unger 22 mop. Now I don't do too much with the 22 mop. It's, I don't do too much commercial other than the towers, but I'm trying to try these new 22s out to test them, see if I like it, either one of them. Um, I don't know, do maybe a little review on them soon, see what I think. But don't I don't slip or I don't cheat on some of my faves very often. But for purposes of information gathering and collecting, I try new things out.
Yep.
Anybody have any big plans for the weekend?
Not at all. My big plans for weekends usually mean I don't do anything.
That's my favorite kind of plan. But today is actually the last day, and for anybody who's been on, Damien, I grabbed 2 of them, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying them. To anybody who's been following whatever the show that we do or whatever, I take Julian, my son, to soccer training, and today is his last one.
Wow.
And we started in the beginning of June. It is now the end of July. That means school is about to start on Thursday, which means I made it basically, the summer isn't over, but the summer season for my kids is basically officially over after today. It's pretty wild that it flew by as quickly as it does. Um, yeah, man, these kids, they just keep making me older. Deeds, you got kids. Tom, you've got kids and grandchild. I mean,
4 of them, 4 grandkids.
holy shitballs.
Yes, a lot of kiddos. That's awesome.
That is awesome. And what would we be doing if we didn't have our families? That was the other thing that I wanted to tie this up in a nice little bow for
Probably
us.
doing time.
What's that?
So I'd probably be doing time.
So in our industry, there's quite a few of us that probably would be doing the same if we didn't have our family. And some of us have done some time. So uh not gonna name any names. But yeah.
It was me.
It was me. Yeah, that's why I'm in this industry. I couldn't find another job. Oh Lord.
But
Magdos, not good, dude. Keep me posted. I'm gonna
ooh,
yeah, I was just gonna say thank you, Charles. We're gonna pray for you, Magdos, buddy.
prayers.
Yeah, get your health back up, dog.
Yeah.
I saw him on Wednesday. He came through, visited for another couple minutes. That dude's a old school window cleaner, uh huge fucking heart and just a really good guy. So John, I'm thinking of you,
Get
buddy.
well.
Yeah, get well, bud. Charles, 6 kids, 5 at home. No wonder we all work so damn much.
It's a lot of
It's
cereal.
noisy at home.
Yeah.
That's wild. So
But
any big projects coming up for next week? Anything on the burner? Anything that
Yeah.
sounds fun, looks cool?
I got a 55 and up housing community, 249 units coming up next week.
you
Holy
said
shit.
unit. That's a lot of units.
A lot of units.
How big are they?
Uh, 2 bedroom, I believe, most of them.
So
Not
like
bad.
10, 20 pieces or something, not huge, right?
Yeah, not huge. I do each unit for about $100. It's 240 of them or so.
God damn.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
Boop, boop, boop,
week.
boop, 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 boop. Yeah. Do you listen to audiobooks ever, or do you straight music?
It's all music.
All music all the time.
If I put an audio book on, I'm just gonna fall asleep under a tree somewhere.
Yeah, right. They can go on pretty boring, like.
Dude, we got
But
some really good feedback this morning, and I love the Damien's first squeegee was a brass Etery. Charles is saying I love the tool, spent 22 years as a machinist, uses a lot of different stuff. 40 degree through -5 degree a lot, and his favorite is the T-bar is the Mormon Swivel Master. Um, I like very few things from Mormon because I live in such a hot climate. The stuff tends to dry out because a lot of it's plastic. It tends to
sure.
dry, get brittle, crack, and break. But I know a lot of people swear by their liquidator and by a couple of their different T-bars. So yeah, I I don't know. Morning, Adam. I hope you're doing well.
Morning.
Oh,
Yeah, I use basically the Unger 18-inch for large panes because I can wiggle it around, and it's pretty solid enough. I'm happy with that.
yeah, I don't because I am residential and most of our stuff is large enough. I basically I can get away with an 18 on almost everything that I do. I rarely have to. Every now and again, I'll have the little bathroom slider windows,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
like that. But you can even maneuver that if you do it right.
Mm,
Uh, but yeah, I remember learning. I guess maybe it's also part of my own flaw or fault. When you're just learning, you start smaller and gradually get larger, right? Like
right.
8, 10, 12, 14, something like that. Um, I remember Billy when he was showing me how to sling, it's like you got to use something smaller. So I learned on something smaller, and then as soon as I could maneuver an 18 properly, without, flawlessly, I never wanted to switch channels or sizes. I'm like, oh, I can just do it with the 18. Um, and when I was visiting Sean, he was like, look, he tells me, I'm going to tell you something that may be an unpopular opinion, but I think everybody's using too big of a frickin' squeegee. So what is your opinion? You guys,
I learned with a 12-inch, and that's what I used for decades.
yeah.
It didn't matter how big the pane of glass was. I used the 12-inch channel.
So that's kind of like what I was getting at. And that's what Sean was saying too. Like, he's like, I think everybody's using too big of a squeegee. And I don't know if it really does cut down on time or not, but once you get that comfort level, you just don't change. And I think that maybe it was in my, or it is in my head that, look, I can use an 18 and I'll get it done faster. I don't know if I really am or not. It's just
I'm sure you are.
maybe, who knows?
Swipes.
It's
Who
just
knows?
eight movements and closing out. Yeah, the first order I ever got was one for French panes, a medium, and then an 18-inch. And that's what I did for maybe 2 or 3 months before I added more to the collection. So the Ninja kept me happy for a while.
And do you still rock it? Morning, Sam.
Not really. It's just up there. I use it occasionally. I'll use it with the Unger handle if I need another rotator. But other than that, it kind of sits because I like the Ettore better. For commercial, I do the 18-inch Sorbo.
And Damien agrees with Tom. He's like, yeah, the 14 is basically what he rocks with the 12. Adam's down with a 18-inch for commercial and a 10 to 12 for resi. So it sounds like we're all pretty much in the same boat. Other than me being a ding dong and not knowing or not ever changing out my channels, but bigger is better.
Well, it can be. I mean, it just even with a straight pull, you're better off with 18 than a 12. More area.
I don't know if I ever learned how to do a straight pull. I really don't. I don't think I did. I think that when Billy was trying to show me back in, I don't know, early 2000s, he was like, just fucking no. And basically that was the conversation because we're both in our early 20s at the time, you know what I mean? He's telling me like, no, not like that,
Yep.
Goo, like this. And I'm like, okay. So just try to follow what he's doing. So brass will always be king. I kind of agree with that in a little bit. I like having different options though. So,
Mhm.
we
Some
were
of the
talking
new
of,
squeegees, they're just too light. I like them to have a little bit of weight to them. Feels more
so
solid.
I'm in the same boat with you too, and I feel like if when I switched from the Ettore brass or Unger channels or Unger mops, and then I put a Mormon, and then I put a Sorbo handle in my hand, I was like, ooh, I feel it. You know what I mean? Like it has a girth, it has like a texture to it.
He said girth.
Yeah, girth. It has a weight to it, and I just loved it. So I rarely switched out of it. And then when I was telling, Sean tried to get me onto that blue handle, the Ettore, and then he's like, no, 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 but you got to put a brass channel in there because these other ones it's too light. So one of the things that I still continue to mess with is because I have a decent little selection of tools, trying to modify and stick different things in different places, or you know what I
Oh,
mean?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, stick things in different places.
Yeah.
Get that
Yeah.
channel in a different slot or slit. You know what I mean?
Yes. Speaking of that, did you watch the South Park special, the new episode? Didn't
So
you
Yeah,
get a
the
I
chance?
did.
South Park.
I
Oh,
don't typically watch South Park very much, but I was flipping through channels Thursday night, Wednesday night, whatever night it came out, and it was like 2 minutes until the next episode. So I sat and watched, and boy, if Donald
yeah.
Trump really, really was pissed off at Paramount and wanted that money, boy, I don't know if CBS and Paramount pulled the wool over his eyes or what, but getting rid of Colbert would have been the least of his problems, bro. Those two are after his ass. So
They're just funny. They do their thing. They satire. Nobody is safe, basically. If you're in the paper, nobody is safe. If you've seen like
Dude,
Jennifer Lopez, those episodes. I
I did
wasn't
not.
big into South Park, but I like a lot of their satire. So if they have a really good episode, I'll check it out.
Yeah, no, this one is definitely worth checking out, regardless of what your view is on them.
Yep.
I don't think that I didn't expect to see that one bit.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, check it out, guys. If you've got Paramount Plus or HBO Max or Twitter, you might be able to find the episode. It's a new
yeah,
one. It's funny.
it was hilarious. Ever since the COVID thing happened, those two have been on it, and basically they use their platform. What I've gathered, they're basically using their platform to just spoof whatever's going on in the media, and I think it's
Yeah.
hilarious. And yeah, it kind of shows us how they highlight and show us how ridiculous we as a society are acting, and I
Yep.
find that to be quite humorous.
Yeah. Do you guys, anybody a fan of King of the Hill coming out
Hell
shortly?
yeah.
Not really. Never been a fan of that one either.
No? Okay. It was on Fox back in the day. It was a great show. I'm looking forward to that. That
As
should be
am
nice.
I. It should be funny. Usually reboots aren't that great, but I have a feeling that they'll do just fine with this one. It should be pretty solid. Um, the three of us were talking the other day about a different reboot, that 90s show from that
Okay.
70s show, and Tom's like, don't waste your time. Kitty and Red are, of course, great in that,
Mm.
but that's about it.
Did it go woke?
No.
It's just
Just
so
not
bad.
funny? Okay. I watched like the first 5 minutes of one of the episodes and got off. I'm glad I did, I guess.
Yeah, it was like I don't even know what I can compare it to, but it wasn't so great.
Like Fuller House.
No,
Oh.
actually I watched Fuller House and that wasn't
Okay.
bad.
Okay, I haven't watched it. My daughter has. It's weird.
Yeah, no, Fuller House was exactly what it was supposed to be. They made it to where there was a little bit of what was going on from the past and then the new family and this and that. And I thought that they actually did a pretty solid job on Full House. And
Cool.
what it was meant for was to bring families together. I sat around and watched it with my wife and my kids, and job well done, I guess. I mean,
Would you say it's any better than season one of True Detective?
I have not watched True Detective, and
Okay.
that's normally something that's right up my alley. I fall asleep to
What
forensic
about
files, FBI
Tom?
files, and
What's your go-to documentary stuff? What do you scroll?
A lot of history. I watch a lot of history documentaries, ancient
Cool.
history, Egypt and Rome and shit like that.
nice. So when you're at home, you basically jamming out,
Nice.
doing your thing.
Crap.
No,
I
no.
don't do a damn thing when I'm at home. I sit here, I smoke weed, and I flip through streaming networks because there's too
That's
damn
it.
many of them, and there's never anything to watch.
Never. You could spend 45 minutes falling asleep trying to find something to watch on all five
I've
networks.
fallen
And
asleep with the remote in my hand.
yeah,
Guilty
it's
as
like
charged.
there's never enough. But yeah, if you haven't seen True Detective season one with Matthew McConaughey, very good. I highly recommend it.
I'll have to do that. So everybody's got everything on lock this week. Any hurdles that you guys had to jump over? Anything that any curveballs that were thrown to you this week that you're glad that it's over with?
No, easy week. Light
E
week, not a lot of work.
Yeah, it's been like that for me as well. Deej, you got a little work in, huh?
Yeah, I had a driveway, windows, another driveway. Today I've got a driveway, and then maybe some stuff this weekend. I'm lucky on they're all landing and people are accepting estimates. Today I'll be doing a driveway and probably working on the CRM to update services with photos and descriptions and trying to hack away at that and get that up and rolling.
And
So
how has that onboarding process with John from the WCR marketing been for you so far?
it's been good. They explained everything. We did a Zoom video to explain how the website, not the website, but their software works. Uh, I was able to take that video and mail it to my website hosting nerds so they could watch and see exactly what requested to be changed and like the DNS and all that stuff, the stuff inside the website that I have no idea about. And so they made it easy to coordinate and configure and get that rolling. So I'll be onboarding a little further in the stages today or so. And like I said, I already sent out an estimate, got accepted. So I'm looking forward to see how it progresses with tracking customers, tracking leads, contacts, cold touches, sending out, email blasts and stuff like that. So just familiarizing myself and just knocking away the punch list before it goes super live.
Yeah, man, that's interesting, and it's good to hear that it's kind of working. And you said that you're actually you got one of your first leads from one of those estimates sent out.
Well, it wasn't a lead. A lady, it was, yeah, contacted me. So I actually sent her an estimate with this new forum or this new CRM instead of the one I've been using. So the WCR, that they had to put a logo. I mean, it looks pretty good. So I'm looking forward to integrating to that full time because, like I said, it has automation. It has ask for review stuff. So just getting used to
So Damien hit you up in the chat. I don't know if you can see it or not, Deeds. He said to hit him up later, and I responded for you, but I
Oh,
told
yeah.
him only if you'll join us at some point next week.
Cool.
uh
Yep. But
I
Tom, what do
don't
you
read.
use for estimates? Sorry.
Was that?
What do you do for estimates and invoicing and stuff? Do you write it all out like Craig Hensel, or do you have a CRM?
Yeah, I write it all out on a piece of paper. I go to the house, I take notes of everything, come
Nice.
back. I have a price list for every type of window there is that I've come across, ladder heights, screens, all that shit. Put it
Wow.
all in the system and send it off.
Nice. That's old school.
Yeah.
Yep. Guys out there will charge it by square footage of the house instead of looking at a damn
I'll
window,
never understand that. The house, you can have two same size houses. One's got 5 windows, one's got 20. How do you charge by the square foot? How do you do that?
It's
Yeah,
weird, isn't it?
I'd never even heard of such a thing. A few years ago, this dude, he was new to Arizona, and he sent me a message. Hey man, I'd like to see what you're up to, this and that. Can I come out and see how you bank? And I was like, yeah. So he came out, and it was a massive house, tons of windows. It's like over like $1,000 job. And he's like, see, I would have bid this, but I bid by square foot. And I was like, how are you gonna know that the backyard has 40 panels and each one of those panels are 8 feet tall?
Yeah.
You know
Or
what I mean?
50
Like,
panes.
yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like it just didn't make any sense to me. Still doesn't. But just because it doesn't make sense to me doesn't mean it doesn't work, but it would not work for me and how I do my business. So
It definitely wouldn't work up here. I mean, a house can have, single pane casement windows, and his neighbor has 8/8 double hungs with storms. Same size
Guys,
house. How do you do that by the square foot? You
somebody's
can't.
gonna get a deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
he said somebody's gonna get a deal.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Got to price it with the eyes. But where I'm at in Houston, I'm lucky enough where sometimes I can just do the Google map and just circle around the house 3 times because I'll get your typical cookie cutter, one story ranch. So I can actually do a quick count and have a general ballpark for the customer. Um, what's your radius? How far do you drive out, Tom?
I cover almost a third of the state. We're a small state though, so I mean, I'll drive an hour and a half to a job.
Okay.
Anything more than that, I'll charge for travel, but I don't have a limit. You want me to wash windows in Boston, I'll be down there. I'm just gonna charge you for it.
Sure. Yeah. 2 hours from everywhere. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is pretty dope. I remember, when I went on my trip, I was Tom and I talked about possibly meeting in Boston, but it was I'm not a geography expert, so I looked it up on the map, but I'm like, man, it's the opposite direction. But if I get another opportunity to do kind of like what I did this year, I likely will start up higher and then come down lower. So that way I can hit the Connecticut's, the New Hampshires, and do all that stuff. Because I do want to see more of the country, man. So be on the lookout next year, Tom. I'm gonna try and make it
Absolutely.
happen. And I know that
Cool.
Anytime.
I know you talked about doing some traveling in the winter months. So keep
Yeah,
me
I'm thinking
posted.
about it.
Yeah, keep me posted, and I'll keep you posted as well. I want to try and line up a couple of things, maybe some large accounts this year in the winter months. So I'm looking forward to that. I've also started putting out the word to a couple of my, I don't know, I have a couple of people in my life that are more more established when it comes to business wise. And I put it in their ear that I'm looking for some larger surfaces, some larger canvases for me to expand my work on. And I've got 50, 60 feet of pole, but I don't have a canvas to use it on. So I'm putting it out there to where hey, I might give somebody a deal to do some work if as long as they allow me to get some footage on it. Because I want to practice, I want to learn more. I want to do it and I want to get paid. So, I've started putting the word out there, and I'm looking forward to seeing if I get some results.
Cool. Use
Yeah,
that
man.
pole.
Get that pole.
Yeah. What pole is it?
So I got a couple of micros, but then I added the two. You've got the Insapol 10 and the 11 back behind you.
Yeah.
So I have a micro, and then I've got those two add-ons. So basically about 50 feet.
Oh yeah, it'll reach out
Um,
there.
yeah. So that's the first goal. Some new accounts, try to pick some up like that, and see if I can't get something like that. I put estimates in earlier this year for some larger commercial accounts. None of them have been accepted. I just put in another two last month. I haven't heard back on those either. One of them I don't think I'll get, but who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? It's always a crapshoot.
Yeah. So any pointers on giving estimates on stuff like that? Tom, you ever do any large commercial like that?
I do a hospital once a year up
Yeah.
here. Um, I didn't bid that. I picked that up from my old business. I took that with me when I left. Somebody else did that job. I just let the price roll.
Nice. Make
I've
it
never
easy.
really bid anything that big.
Yeah, are you happy with that price?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's almost 7 grand. It's three
Cool.
days of work. I'll take it.
Heck yeah.
Right on, right on.
You
Well,
know,
dude,
it's just me and my son. I don't have to worry about, getting work together for full crews. It's just the two of us.
yeah,
When we work, we come home when we come home.
that's the way to
All
do
right.
it. And that was one of the things too that I was fortunate enough when I first got started. I worked for Billy and his dad, but it was never a huge operation. And then as I transitioned into doing my own thing, I always tried to keep it, really small. Then about 2, 3 years ago, I had about 3, 4, 5 guys working underneath me. And then I realized it was just more of a headache and dealing with them and then paying them and fucking their problems and picking, just all the bullshit. So I went away from that and tried to do it back again on my own. And then Billy reached out to me too. And thankfully now we have something magical going on. So other than the slow time of the year, everything's great, but we'll get through it.
Yeah.
So. All right, guys. Well, it's about 6:20 my time. I gotta get out of here pretty soon.
Yeah, I got a
You know,
jet.
we talked about a couple different things. We even went probably almost 20 minutes longer than we normally go. But I want to say thank you to Tom. Deeds, you got anything you want to give any shout outs to anybody?
Kylie, my wife, she was going to coordinate a big birthday surprise like that. She deserves a big hug and a kiss. That's cute. That's
Bro,
awesome.
she had it on lock. She sent me a text, I'm telling you, and she's like, "Hey, I don't know if Mark said anything or not." And his birthday's next week. And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, this bastard? I don't even know this." And she's like, I'm not trying to start any fights, but do you think your wife would be okay with you coming out and spending a couple nights? And I was like, nah, I'm sure, I thought about it and I was like, as long as I'm home by Wednesday, because my kids start school on Thursday, I said, as long
Sure.
as I'm home by Thursday morning, she'll probably be good. And
Cool.
then
Well, it's a cool thought, but save your money and spend it at the huge. Get yourself a cool dinner.
I told Kylie kind of the same. I was like, he and I are gonna see each other like 3 weeks after that. So but it was a
It was a heartfelt,
supremely
yeah, it's cool.
supremely thoughtful idea. And I'm glad that she reached out. Tom, who you want to give a shout out to?
Let's say Nick Williams. That
Nick
guy's the
Williams
shit.
is a G. Nick Williams is a G. You know, I'm gonna give a shout out to Josiah. He's a gangster.
He is.
He's helping you out
Thanks,
all
John.
the time, and it seems like you two have like a really stellar bond and a great understanding of how you guys work together, and that's a really cool thing. I think pretty soon I would like to do maybe an article or a deep dive on a couple of the father son tandems out in our industry. Obviously, you guys would be one of them. Eddie and Jordan be one of them as well. So I'm gonna try and track down a couple different father son window washing combos out there. So
Hell yeah.
Are there
I'll have to.
any mother daughter combos out there? I wonder.
I don't know, but I'll look forward to it. I think actually, yes, there are. Daisy, I don't want to butcher her name, Daisy Del Vecchio, I want to say,
Cool.
and her daughter, I'm not sure. I think they're out of Texas, maybe, but
Oh, don't you know?
I know that they are out and about there. So I'll find out from them.
Oh,
Um,
I was gonna say
yeah.
you guys probably need to split. You've got to, your kids got to go to the thing, and I think Tom's got
Yeah,
a
it's
job this
six
morning.
Yeah, I
25. I
gotta
know
get
you
out of
guys
here.
got to run.
Yeah.
I'll give another quick shout out to everybody. Thank you all, WCR, Zero, American Window Cleaner Magazine, all
Hell
of
yeah.
our constant people who pop in, Charles,
Thanks, guys.
Tan, who else? Damien, John Magdos, all you guys. Squeegee Tom, thank you for joining us.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
man.
Tom.
Thanks for having me.
I hope everybody has a great day. And Tom, this isn't going to be the last time. Anytime you got some time, you're more than welcome to pop in with us. All right, buddy?
All
Heck
right,
yeah.
man.
All
I'll
right,
do
change
that.
your rubbers, guys.
Change your rubbers, and I hope everybody's passion bucket is full. Peace out and happy Friday, guys.
Happy Friday.